Hi guys, I'm Shazad and welcome on our YouTube channel. Today's we gonna discuss that how can you create your login and also the sign up system in Codeigniter 4. Make sure Codeigniter 4 is the latest versions of the Codeigniter family. We have a Codeigniter 2 which is the legacy version of the Codeigniter and also the previous version of the Codeigniter known as Codeigniter 3. In this video we are going to cover each and everything from the scratch. So this is the crash course, so you're gonna learn each and everything in a single video. We're gonna start from the zero, like how can you download, how can you install the Codeigniter, how can you set up the Codeigniter, how can you create your database, how can you configure your database with your application, how can you perform the CRUD operations, like how can you insert your data, how can you update your data, how can you delete your data. We're gonna also give you some tips and tricks. So type Codeigniter 4 and make sure this is the official website of the Codeigniter. So Codeigniter 4, and so go to the download sections. So as you can see, while I am recording this lecture, the version of the Codeigniter is 4.0.2. So they have successfully launched the 4.0.2 version of the Codeigniter 4. So let's click on the download button. Now as you can see, I have the htdocs folder because I have a XAMPP installed in my machine. So I have XAMPP in my C drive. Okay, if you are working on WAMP or LAMP, it's totally dependent upon you. For suppose if you are using the WAMP, then definitely you have the www folder in your WAMP directory, but I'm using the XAMPP, so that's why I have the htdocs folder. So I'm going to keep the htdocs, our new framework. As you can see, this is the framework 4.0.2. so enter. Okay, so now as you can see, it's downloading the framework, which is a Codeigniter 4. Okay, now if you click on this one, show, and extract this bad boy here, so you have this one. So now I'm saying sign up. Okay, so sign up in CI sign up, CI4 sign up. Okay, so as you can see, CI4 sign up. Now what you need, I'm using the PHP Storm for the IDE. If you are working on some kind of other IDE like Sublime or like Notepad++, so it's totally dependent upon you. But in this series or in this video, we are going to use the PHP Storm. Okay, now I have already downloaded and installed the PHP Storm. If you are not familiar with the PHP Storm, so go to the jetbranch.com. So now as you can see, this is the JetBrains. Go to the tools, and as you can see, this is the PHP Storm. If you are a teacher or you are a student, they are also providing the 1-year free license for teacher and also the faculty members. So they are also providing the 13 days free trial. Okay, now I have already downloaded and installed the PHP Storm. Now I'm going to open this. So we are going to open our project and we are going to change something. Okay, now okay, fine, now it's opening. I'm saying I'm going to open a folder. Where is the folder? In the XAMPP and also in the htdocs. I have a CI4 sign up, CI4, refresh this bad boy. So it's a CI4 sign up. Open this folder. So now as you can see, I have just opened the folder. Now if you go to the URL localhost and you click on the CI4 sign up, so CI4, okay, so now as you can see, it's showing you the framework here. Okay, what you need, go to the folder and open this one, sorry, CI4, open the all files, cut, paste here, remove this extra folder, sorry. So we have successfully removed the extra folder here. Now if you go to the page, refresh the page, as you can see, it's working fine. But what happens when you click on the public, it's now fine. If you want to remove the public folder from the URL, we have already discussed in the previous lectures. If you are watching our Codeigniter 4 series, but if you are watching the sign up series. So I'm going to do this one. Okay, now I'm saying you have to open your public directory, copy your index and also index.php file and also the .htaccess file. Open your root directory. So as you can see, this is your root directory. Paste the files here. So you have successfully pasted your files here. Now you need to change few things. So open your index.php file. Just remove these lines. Make sure just remove these lines. Okay, now when you go to the project and access your folder, as you can see, it's working fine, but you need to change some other things. So open your app config and also the app.php file. So now as you can see, you have to set the base URL. So I'm saying this is my base URL. Okay, now we have successfully used the base URL here. So now as you can see, if you access the home page, so as you can see, it's working fine, but if you click on this one, index.php and then home, then it's also fine. You need to remove this bad boy first of all. Okay, we have successfully removed, and if you click on the, you have to also change the from your request URI to path URI if your URL is not works. Okay, fine. So now as you can see, the home controller is working fine. So go to the home controller, because by default Codeigniter provide you the home controller out of the box. So it's a base URL and it's extending the base controller. So now if you create another method, I'm saying method, and now I'm saying echo another method. Okay, fine. So go to the URL, I'm saying method, so it's saying another method. So now you have successfully changed the public folder. Okay, now what you need, you just need to create a database here. So we are just, so open your phpMyAdmin. You can use the phpMyAdmin, or you can use any type of tool, like if you are familiar with the JetBrains tool, which is a data grid, it's also fine. If you are using the MySQL or SQL Yog, I think it's a SQL Yog, it's also fine. I'm creating the CI for sign up or login. So I have successfully created the database. So now what you need, just need to go to the app and also go to the database, and here as you can see, you need to use the settings. You have your default group, we'll discuss about this one, but for now I'm saying username is the root, password is empty, and CI for sign up. Okay, you have the env file at the root of your project. So as you can see, you can also set this database here, but I am setting my database properly. Now what you need, just need to go to the page, refresh the page, it's working fine. So we have successfully downloaded the Codeigniter 4 version. We have successfully changed the path of the public folder. We have created the database, and we have configured our database in our config file or in our app file. So as you can see, app.php file. So in Codeigniter 4, you have the config.php file in the config folder, but here in the Codeigniter 4, you have the app.php file where you can save your settings, and also you have the database files. Today we are going to cover the sections. So this section is only for the new users, so they can easily understand how session works in Codeigniter 4. So if you are already familiar with the sessions in Codeigniter 4, you can also skip this video. Okay, now if you go to the Codeigniter 4 documentation, open your documentation, you have the libraries sections, and also you have the session library sections. So when you use the Codeigniter 3, you definitely load the library before using this. I'm just explaining this load library, and you always use the library name. Let's suppose if you are going to use the session library, you have to load this particular library before using this. Once you load the library, then you use this particular library and method here. Okay, so using Codeigniter 3, you use these kind of syntax, but in Codeigniter 4 you have different scenarios. Make sure we are using the home controller for now. This is the by default controller when you download the Codeigniter 4 version. Okay, fine. I'm saying I'm going to create another method. I'm saying my session. For the explanation purpose, I'm saying my session, and I'm saying echo session working here. Now go to the page and use your method here. So now you can see session working here. So in Codeigniter 4 you have two choices. Either you use the service or you use the Codeigniter built-in helper. So I'm not going to use the session the services here. I'm going to use the session. I'm saying session. So this is the built-in helper available in Codeigniter 4, and now I'm saying my session. So I'm war dump this bad boy, go to the page, refresh the page. So now as you can see, it's giving you the whole object. So you have created the instance for this sessions. Now how can you set the values in the sessions? So first of all, you need the array. I'm saying my array, and this is the array, and you need the associative array. You can also set any kind of values here. I'm saying name, and also I'm saying name. I'm going to copy these three, and I'm saying email, and here I'm saying the city. So name, I'm saying Shegzi. The email, I'm saying info@shegzi.com. City is, I'm saying Karachi. Okay, now you have this array. So this is the array. You can also use this syntax, so don't worry about it. This syntax, it's the same thing because we are using the PHP 7, so that's why. Okay, so now as you can see, both are the same things. So if you var dump this array, it will give you the array you are using here. Let's suppose you have your array. So now I'm saying my session. So this is your session, and now I'm saying set. So if you have the associative array, you can pass the associative array like this to set the value in the session. Okay, now if you have the single value, let's suppose if you want to set only the name, how can you set the name? You just need to use the same method, which is a set, and just need to provide the two values. So here is the key and here is the value. So what is the key here? Your key here, the name, and the value is Shegzi. Okay, now let's try this one. Now I'm going to I'm saying this one is a set session, and here I'm going to create another method for get the section. I'm saying get session. So these are the separate methods. So here I'm going to set the values of the sessions. So I'm saying set session. So you have successfully set the sessions. First of all, now how can you get your session values? So now I'm saying I have to load this here also. Now I'm saying my session, I'm saying get. So you need to provide the value of the key. So this is the key, and now I'm saying echo, because I know this is the single value. So go to the method and access the method here. So go to the URL, access this method. So now as you can see, it's providing you the Shakesy. Let's suppose you have okay, fine, for now it's fine. Now how can you check either you have the values in the session or not? So Codeigniter providing you the method has, and now it will give you the true or false, and you can, let's suppose if you check this in the var section, var, let's suppose you have a var, and I'm saying my sessions, I'm saying has, and I'm saying just name. Go to the page, refresh the page. So now you can see it's giving you the true, because you have value in your session. So that's why it's giving you the true. Let's suppose I'm going to create another method to destroy my session. So I'm saying destroy session. So I'm going to use the same thing here, and now I'm saying my session destroy. Okay, now I'm destroying my session. So go to the session, so go to the URL, access the method you have just created. You have successfully destroyed your session. Now access your get session where you are checking the values. So go to the URL, access the method. So now as you can see, it's giving you the false value, because you have 0 value in the session. So that's why it's giving you this one. So now I think you are familiar with the session first of all. So why we are loading this, why we are calling this method again and again? Because if you want to set this to auto load, you definitely have the auto load, and you can load your session or your library which is available to your entire method and also the entire controllers. Okay, so this is the single value you are setting here. Let's suppose if you want to set the multiple values, like we have our array here. So I'm setting the values like this. So I have just used my values here. I'm saying okay, I'm saying is the name. Okay, now access this method. So as you can see, you have the name true, and just if you have a name, I'm saying if you have, then echo this bad boy, otherwise redirect or your error here. Okay, now go to the page, refresh the page. As you can see, it's saying 1. Okay, now if I'm saying the email, sorry, we have to get the method here. As you can see, we have get the method. That's why if you set the name and also, okay, it's saying Shakesy. Now you have to get the name if you want to get the values from the sessions. Sorry, it was my mistake. Okay, now you have the third one, which is the city. I'm saying email and also the email here. Okay, email. Now if you want to access the city, let's suppose city, and I'm saying city. Refresh the page. Make sure before refreshing your page, you have to save your files first of all. Okay, so now in this way you can use your session, you can create the session, you can destroy the sessions. So as you can see, we are creating the session here, we are getting our sessions here, and we are destroying our sessions here. So here, as you can see, we have a single value which is a string. Let's suppose if you have another array here, let's suppose 10, 30, 20 or 30, so you cannot echo this one. Let's suppose name. If you echo this variable, so it will give you the because we have to set again. So set the session again, and now get the session again, so it will give you the array. It's not giving you the value, so that's why. Okay, now if you store this one in a variable, let's suppose I'm saying my var, and now I'm saying var done my var 0 index, so it will give you the values. So you can store any informations in your session. Okay, now we have the home controller, but I'm going to create the controller for our sign up systems. You have two choices. Either you can create the controller named the sign up, or you can also create the controller for the user. I'm going to create the controller for the user. Let's suppose I'm saying user. Okay, I'm going to keep my controller in my controller sections. So as you can see, it's saying controllers. Now as you can see, it's saying extend base controller. So I'm saying extend base controller. Here I need to create the index method, so it will execute when you call the controller. I'm saying user is working. Okay, fine. So go to the page, access the user. Okay, it's working fine. Okay, when you click on the root sections, it's executing the home controller. So how can you fix that? You need to go to the config. If you are not familiar with the routes, so you have a routes.php or the root.php. So as you can see, you have a default controller home. So I'm saying now the default controller is the user. Go to the page, refresh your page, or access your root controller. So root. Okay, here you also need to, as you can see, this is the set default controller. You also need to use the user here. So whenever someone click on your root, it's now executing your user controller. Now I'm saying forgot this one, this method. I'm going to create another method. I'm saying register. Here I'm saying I'm going to define my routes or the root. I'm saying whenever someone access our register, so go to the method, class, and access this method. Which method? I'm saying register. So go to the page, refresh the page. It's now, I'm saying echo register is working. So go to the page, refresh the page, it's not working. Okay, I'm saying okay, whenever someone access the register, so access the register here. As you can see, register is now working fine. So here I need to create a view for the register user. I'm saying view. How can you load the view? I'm saying view, name of the view. I'm saying new user, or you can say the register, whatever. It's really depend upon you. I'm saying new user. Make sure U is capital. Okay, now I'm saying, or I can also say sign up. So now I need to create the view here, public, in the app folder I have a view. Go to the page, create a view named sign up. So now you can see I have created the view, and now I'm going to use the HTML. Okay, so this is the HTML form, and now echo this bad boy. So go to the page, refresh the page, right click, view page source. So now you can see it's working fine. Okay, now open your view, close your routes or the home section. Now I'm saying this is the register a new user, or fill the form, or whatever you use the title. I'm saying register a user. Now here you have two choices. Either you use the HTML or you can also use the PHP. So now I'm using the helper name form. Now here I'm saying form open, echo form open, and it takes few parameters, and now I'm saying form close. Sorry. Form close. Now I'm saying this form, we are sending this form to the user, new user. Sorry. Okay. So now I'm going to create another method, new user. Okay. Now this is the new user, and I'm going to submit this form. So go to the page, refresh the page, right click, view page source. So now they can see you have a form, and by default it's using the method which is a post. If you are not defining your methods, you can also pass the array or the associative array like this. Class, your class here, and comma separate. You can also pass another id method equals to get and some other thing like this. So now you can see it's saying class, your class here. Okay, so it's totally depend upon you. I'm not passing the second parameter because I know very well about it. Okay, now I'm saying for now it's fine. Refresh the page, fine. Now I need to create few fields, like I'm saying I need the, okay, for user friendly, I'm saying enter your name. We'll discuss about how can we use the Bootstrap for here, but for now we are creating the forms here. I'm saying form, and make sure I'm saying input. It takes few parameters, like I'm going to discuss about this one. Your name, I'm saying name, and here is the value. The by default is value, we are not using the values. And you can also use the classes, IDs, and you can also let's suppose I'm saying class equals to my class. Okay, you have to echo this one before using this one. So as you can see, echo. So now go to the page, refresh the page. As you can see, you have a new fields. Right click, view page source. As you can see, it's saying value and your class here. You can also pass the associative array here if you want to pass the multiple values. Let's suppose if you have a class ID and you need some other property, so you can pass the third parameters. I'm passing the empty parameters as a third parameter. Okay, now I'm saying I'm copying this one and I'm saying name, email, and also the, let's suppose password. I'm using one password for now. So this is the form, form input, and now I'm saying form password, and now here I'm saying, so this is the email section, and here I'm saying this is the password section. And this time you can say create your account, create now. Go to the page, refresh the page, here refresh the page. So now you can see you have a name and you need to use the email and your password goes here. So your password goes here. Now you have your password. So how can you create the submit button? I'm saying I have the method form submit. It takes few parameters. Name of your button, I'm saying create your, create now, I'm saying my button, and here I'm saying create, this is the empty values. Okay, fine. Now as you can see, you have a create value. Right click, view page source. So now as you can see, this is type is submit, name is my button, and the value is by default, which we have here created by default, this value. Okay, So now you are ready to go. If you click on this one, so now you can see it's redirecting you to the user, to new users. Okay, now go to the new user, echo here, and I'm saying working fine. So go to the page, refresh the page. So now you can see it's saying working fine. So go to the page, I'm saying my name is, email is info@shexy.com, password is KK, create a password. So now you can see it's saying working the form. So in this way you can define your routes first of all, and you can use your helper to create the forms. You can submit the form and to a new method. I'm saying class here. Okay, so in the next lecture we will discuss that how can you receive the data which is coming from the HTML. So now as you can see, you have your 3 fields. You are sending your form to the user. Here you need to validate these values. So how can you validate? I'm saying this validate, it takes array as a parameter. So here this is the associative array. I'm saying first of all name, email, password. So these are the fields. I'm saying name, I'm saying required. You can also use some other rules, and comma separate, we have 3 values. I'm saying email and also the password. So now I'm saying I need to save this information in a variable. I'm saying my values first of all. Okay, now I'm saying I need to check if the values are working fine. Okay, now I'm saying if you are getting the error here, you have to specify the error first of all. Error here. Now you need to say fine. So go to the page, refresh the page, hit the enter button. So now as you can see error because you forgot something. If I write and if I fill all the fields like this, click on this one, it's saying fine. So now I'm saying read this to our value or this method. I'm saying this redirect to this method. Okay, now it will redirect your from method to this method. Okay, now go to the page, refresh the page, it's saying fine. Now I'm leaving this empty, it's redirecting you here, but you need to show the errors also here. So go to the sign up form, and here I'm saying config, and here I'm saying services, and here I'm saying validations, and now I have to say that list errors, list errors. Okay, fine. You need to access the class name and then the method. So here I'm saying echo. So go to the page, refresh the page. As you can see, it's saying name is required. If you remove all fields, click on this bad boy. As you can see, it's saying these fields are required. You can also define some other rules that you need the integer or this is the unique name. For this requirements, go to the official website of the Codeigniter. These are documentations, and go to the library because I'm not going to explain each and everything here. So library preferences, library preferences. So as you can see, you have the last one is the validations. So you can also check some other topics or some other values. How can you set your values here? So as you can see, if you need the alpha space or blah blah blah. Okay, Fine, you have successfully validated. Let's suppose if you are filling all the informations, clicking this button, so it's you are now here. So how can you get the inputs? For now, you need the config, you need a service, which service? Request. Okay, so now I'm saying my request. So here, okay, now I'm saying my request, and here I'm saying var. It's a get var, and now you have to specify the name of the field. I'm saying echo. So go to the page, refresh the page. It's saying fine. Okay, I'm saying register. Okay, now if I fill the form, so here is your form, click on this one. So now you can see it's saying this one. So you need your 3 fields like name, email, and also you have the password field. So these are the 3 fields. So go to the page, refresh the page. So you are getting 3 fields, and now you can also use the get post method. Both are the same things. If you are getting, okay, now as you can see it's fine. So now you are validating the form, you are getting the request. So what you need, the next step to store these informations in your database. But before doing this, you need to create the table first. We are going to create our database, and also we are going to create the model so we can store the data which is coming from the HTML form, and we are going to store that particular data in our database by using the model. So before starting, we need to create a particular database and also the table. So I think we have created the database in our previous lectures, as you know very well about it. PHPMyAdmin. So the project name is CI4 signup, and now I'm saying CI4 signup. So this is CI4 signup, and here you need to create the tables. If you are working on JetBrains tools or some other tools, you can also just use them. But if you are working on the PHPMyAdmin, you can also create the tables by using the, let's suppose we are going to create the user table, let's suppose users, and we need the 4 columns, let's suppose. So click on this one, so you can fill this form. So this is very odd to manage the tables, to create the tables. So now I'm going to use the JetBrains tools, which is the data grid. This is the data grid tools, and I always use this tool. So if you have these tools, just use it. If you are not working on the data grid, if you are working on, let's suppose SQL Yoga, you can also create the database or the tables by using the SQL Yoga, or you can use any type of tool to manage your data. So just click on this one, and I'm going to create a instance for my database which we have created in our previous lectures. I'm saying the root is the username, password is empty, and the database name is CI4 signup. We have created this database. So download the JetBrains tool, the data grid tool from the jetbrains.com. So if you are not familiar with the JetBrains, just click on the JetBrains, go to the tools. So this is a tool, and type the data grid. Okay, fine. So where is that? This is the data grid. Okay, download this tool. They are also providing the free license for students and also the faculty members. They are also providing a 13 days free trial. Okay, I have already downloaded and installed this one. So username is root, password empty. Why? Because we have connected with our local environment. If you are working on the server environment, you have to use your username and also the password. Test the connections. So definitely it's working fine. Apply. Okay, so now as you can see, you have the CI4 signup. So click on this one, click schema. So click this one. Your database is empty. Now right click, new, create a table. I'm going to create a table named users. Okay, Great. Now I'm creating some fields: ID, integer, not null, primary key, auto increment. Okay, fine. Now I need some others fields, like I'm saying uname, that means user's name. I'm saying varchar 200 fields, not null, it's a not null field. And now I'm saying user email, and it's also a varchar fields. I'm saying 250 null. And now I'm saying upassword. I'm saying it's a varchar 250 because we are going to use some hashing functions here. And now I'm saying ulink to send the link to the user. Okay, now I'm saying it's 200, 250, not null. You can also set the values of the varchar. Okay, so you have name, email, password, and also the link. So go to the form which we have created. Let's suppose register. So this is your name, email, and password. So you have created the name, email, password. This is the extra link, and this is the extra column you are going to create. Let's suppose date and time. And now I'm saying updated. So it's a date and time also. So it's not it's null field. So you can also create as many as fields as you want. I'm saying status, use status, integer, but I'm removing this one. So now we have few fields: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields. These are the dates fields, and this is for the link to send, because we are going to send the links to the user. Password, email, and also the name. So execute this bad boy. So now you have this data. Fine. Okay, now how can you create the model? First of all, go to the model, right click, create a model, name mod users. Okay, so this is a model for users. So click the link. Now you need few things, because your model extends to model. Okay, fine. Before doing this, you need to create the namespace for your applications. I'm saying namespace app / models. Fine. And now I'm saying use Codeigniter, and in this time model. So I'm saying model. Fine. You need the, now you need to create some fields to access this database. How? I'm saying protected DB group. It's a DB group, which is the default, where you can find the default DB group. Right click, database. So as you can see, you have the default group. Okay, now I'm saying this is the DB group equals to default, and make sure this is the name. Okay, now you need some few fields, like clone these bad boys. I'm saying the table, we have created the users tables, and I'm saying the primary key is UID, and I always return the type is, let's suppose I'm saying return default is array. And now I'm saying use time, just a second, use timestamp, I'm saying 2 by default. And now I need few things, because we are going to update only these name, email, and also the passwords. So I'm going to close this one. Okay, so now I'm saying allowed fields. Here you can pass the array. I'm saying only these fields are allowed to write name, email, and also the password. So name, email, password, also the U-link, so it's a U-link, sorry, it's a uname, uemail, and also upassword, and I'm going to use the U-link. Comma separate, and here the link. Okay, fine. Now the date, I'm saying the date field is created field, which is the UDate, and now I need another field. I'm saying updated field is UUpdated. So this is the username, this is the email, this is the password, and this is the link, and these are the two fields when you update or insert the data. So your system use these two fields. Now you have created the model, okay, you have created some fields. So how can you access your models here? Okay, now you need few things to set your model or to access your model. I'm saying use, and now I'm saying go to the app folder, and in the models sections I have a model name mod user. So you have a model because you are going to create the instance, so that's why you have to use the model which we have just created. Now I'm saying new mod user, and here you have to use the name. Now I have created the instance. Now you need few things. You are going to fetch the informations, and you are going to send the informations to the model for the insertion purpose. Okay, now I'm going to store this in a variable which is the associative array. I'm saying uname, copy this bad boy, paste this bad boy here, and also the here. You can also, okay, fine. For now I'm saying email, and here I'm saying password. I'm going to use the hash functions. I'm saying data and upassword, and I'm going to store the same data here. Okay, fine. You need to load a library, helper, which is the text helper, and now I'm saying random string for your link, because we are going to send this link to the user for the activations email. Now I'm saying it takes two parameters. First of all, I'm saying the length is 20 and it's a alphanumeric value. Fine. Now I'm saying this is the link. Okay, this is the link. Fine. Now you have set the values. What you need, just need to call the users and the insert method and pass the data here and get the results. I'm saying my new user and check the results in if statements. I have already inserted a record. I'm going to discuss it. Okay, now I'm saying if the record you are going to insert successfully inserted in the database, then let me know with fine, otherwise let me know with errors. Error. Now go to the page, refresh the page. I'm saying Shekzi, and I'm saying info@shikzy.com, password is KK. Click the button. It's not working. Why? Okay, because you need to use the MD5. Now once again try, continue. So as you can see, it's saying fine. So go to the database, refresh the page. As you can see, we have successfully inserted the record. If I delete these two records, and now I'm going to use the same record again, refresh the page. So go to the database, refresh the page. So now as you can see, we have successfully inserted the record. Okay, fine. You are using the random string here. You are encrypting the password here, and these are the auto fields because the systems is automatically inserting these two values here, from here, these two values. Okay, fine. So now you have successfully inserted the data. What is the next step? You have to send the link, this link, to the user for the activations email. So your user can activate the email. So as you know, we are using the data grid for the managing our database. So as you can see, we have a users tables. Now we are going to modify the tables, and we are going to add another field for the users. I'm saying status, so we can update the user. So by default user is 0. Okay, so as you can see, this is the status value. Okay, now refresh the page. By default 0. What you need, go to the model, and also you have to add one value. So status. So these are the values which allow the system. These are the values, that means you are saying your systems allowed for the right purpose. That means someone insert the values in this one, this one, this one, this one, and also this one. But a particular person or your systems cannot update the values for this one because it's not available here. If you want to update or insert the values in any kind of field, you have to add that particular field here. So now as you can see, you are accepting the values, you are inserting the values in your database, but when you insert the values in the database, then what happens? You have to send a particular email to the user, so your user can activate the account. For sending the emails, you need to add the settings in your email sections. So go to your config, and also you have your email setting here. So as you can see, this is the email. So now as you can see, you have a lot of settings here, but I'm going to use few things. So depending on your SMTP or systems, let's suppose I'm going to send the emails from my cPanel. But what happens if you are using the AWS SES? Okay, so the settings are different because I'm using this setting because I'm going to send the emails from my cPanel account. So as you can see, the host name is this, and I'm going to use outgoing SMTP port is 587. So now I have created the account for CI4 sign up, and also I have so this is the email account. So now go to add the SMTP, not email. First of all, in the host you have to add that mail.shikzy.com. Okay, fine. SMTP user, so this is your SMTP user, and this is your SMTP user. Okay, the password is the same. I have kept the password as same. So this is my password, this is my password, but in this time 123 with the $sign. So you have to use this port because I'm just going to tell you, because I'm not using the SSL certificate for this one. If you are using the SSL certificate, you have to use the port 465. So as you can see, it's non SSL settings, so that's why I have to use 5 87 settings here. Okay, fine. So it's also fine. SMTP timeout is 15, and also the mail type is not text, it's a HTML. That means you can send the HTML tags in your email. Okay, fine. Everything is now working fine. What you need, you just need to open your Codeigniter for documentations, and also you definitely have the library, which is the library available in the libraries sections, email settings. So now, as you can see, you have the email settings like this. You have to access the service email, and you need few things. So copy all these bad boys first of all. Now here add these bad boys. That means you are calling the email service, and also I'm saying where you are sending the emails. I'm saying I'm sending the emails from here. So I'm sending the emails from here, and the name of the email, I'm saying activate the account. And now where you want to send your email, so I'm saying I want to send the emails for this particular user. Fine. So we have to remove the CC and BCC, and the text is, the subject is activate the account, where I'm saying at shegzi.com or whatever you are using. In this time I'm using only the testing email. So as you can see, we have the print debug. So this is the print debug. Okay, so this is the print debug. Fine. I'm saying, okay, here I'm also using print debug. Okay, fine. So what you need, go to the page, fill the form. Let's suppose I'm filling this form. I'm saying Shegzi. I'm saying in this time Shegzi171@gmail.com. Password is KK. Okay, just click on the create account. Wait for a few seconds. As you can see, it's working fine for now. So now go to your email address. So this is my email address, and now here, as you can see, I have just received the email from my system. So as you can see, it's saying testing the email address. So this is the testing the email address. Okay, fine, but you need to send the email as a HTML. So okay, so now I'm going to create the HTML format, so you can send the HTML format to the particular user. So we have tested the email. So this is the string. So now I'm saying this is my message. So as you can see, I'm saying this is my message. Okay, so this is the empty. Now I'm saying please activate the account first of all, and I'm concatenate this one. I'm using the anchor. It takes 3 parameters. I'm saying user activate function plus I'm going to send this link to the users, because we are also adding this link here. So activate account, activate now. So it takes 3 third parameters, but I'm not going to provide the third parameters. You can also send the associative array here by using the ID and something like that. Now what you need, just need to send this particular as an email. So let's try again. I'm going to send another method. Go to the page, refresh the page. So now refresh the page. As you can see, I have just received. Click on this one. So as you can see, it's saying please activate your account, and this is the link, activated link. When you click on this link, so as you can see, it's saying activate, and also the string which we are generating, and this is the method name. So what you need, just need to create the method. This is the method, and accept the 1 parameters. So I'm saying this is the method. and I'm saying link here. Okay, if I click on this link, sorry, echo link here, so go to the page, refresh the page, as you can see it's saying link here. So this is the one step. The second step, you have to check that this link is available in your database or not. And similar things, what you need, you just need to create the instance new mod user, and now create the user. Okay, I'm saying user, and now I'm saying where. It takes two parameters, the key and the value. I'm saying where the link, so this is the link we are storing in the database. I'm saying where the link is this, and now I'm saying find all. So I'm saying find all, so definitely it give you the results. Check user link, now var dump, and remove this one. Okay, so check link. So now we are going to open this bad boy, because we are going to create the proper things. Now I'm saying if you send the email, you can also wrap it in this email. That means if you send successfully the email, then the second step, no, because we are testing the, okay, fine, copy this one, copy the entire code. If you insert the value in your database, then send the email. Fine. Okay, so now I'm saying I'm going to use a user. I'm saying Shikzi. In this time I'm saying Shikzi171@gmail.com, and password is 2x K. So create the account. Now definitely I receive. So as you can see, I have just created the account. So go to the database, refresh the database. So this is the Shikzi171, and this is the string you have created, and go to the emails sections. So you can see this is the email we have received 0 minutes ago. When you click on this one, so as you can see, you are receiving the values here. So this is 1, you are receiving the array 1, because why you are receiving the array? Because you set the array here. So I'm saying if you have the result, let's suppose I'm saying count equals to 1 or count greater than 0, that means you have successfully received the values, or your value is already exist. Why you are doing this? I'm saying, let me give you one example. I'm saying exists, fine. Otherwise I'm saying I have to not found, value not found, value, or you can say link not available, link not found. Okay, so remove this one. So go to the page, refresh the page. As you can see, link is fine. Let's suppose if someone change the URL, then what happens? As you can see, it's saying link not found. So that's why we are wrapping, we are checking an if statement. So now you are receiving the values. So you have to change another things, like you are going to update the values. So now how can you activate this account? Because by default the account is deactivated. So you have to activate the account by updating the value from 0 to 1. So now I am saying data, and so this is the associative array. Okay, now I am saying equals to 1, and the data is I think it's a u status, u status, and now I'm saying user, and I'm saying update. It takes 2 parameters. first of all the ID. So the ID of the users. So this is because you are receiving the values here. So I'm saying count. So this is the UID and the data is this bad boy. You are just updating the data. Okay, so I'm saying activate user, and now I'm saying if you update the result, then show me that everything is fine, otherwise show me not fine. Okay, so now go to your email address, click on this one. So as you can see, it's saying everything is fine. So go to your database, refresh the page. So now as you can see, you have updated the values first of all from 0 to 1, and you have updated the date also, because your system is also updating the date. So in this way you can activate the account, you can send the email to the user, and you can send anything here. Okay, so here as you can see, we have successfully inserted the values. We have successfully sending the emails to the users, and we have successfully created or designed the activation system for your e-commerce store or for your application. So what happens here, let's suppose if you are a user, because you are not validating the email address here, this is a new user, you are not validating that either a particular email is already exist or not. You are just direct inserting the values here. So what you need, you just need to verify the email. So let's suppose I'm saying where you email equals to which this email. Now what happens, I'm saying check user, check already user, let's suppose check already user, and now because you receive the array find all, so you need the find all, and definitely you receive an array. I'm saying if array greater than 0, that means you have successfully received the values. Then you have to use the error. I'm saying the email is already exist, otherwise I'm going to use these things from here to here. Fine, that means if the value is already exist, then you have some kind of errors. If the value is not exist, then definitely you have to insert the values and send the email to the user. Okay, sounds good. Now as you can see, I have already created the account. Now I'm going to create the same account once again. Password is KK, create the user. So as you can see, it's saying the email is already exist. So in this way you can validate the email if the user is already exist. So now you have successfully created the sign up system. But in the next lecture we are going to discuss about the flash data. How can you redirect with the error by using your flash data, and how can you check the flash data in Codeigniter 4, so you can easily redirect your user to a particular URL with some errors. So open the libraries sections. So you have a session. We have discussed the session in our previous lectures, but for now, when you go to the flash data, flash, so this is the flash data. So here as you can see, Codeigniter support flash data or session data that will only be available for the next request, sorry, and this is then automatically cleared. That means if you redirect with your flash data, you are sending your user from one URL to another URL. So the data in the sessions available only for the one URL. So as you can see, next request. So you can create a session like this, make flash data, but before doing, you have to load the session as we have discussed in the previous lectures. So as you can see, this is the sessions. In this way you can create the flash data. So now here, as you can see, if you insert the values, let's suppose if you insert the values, same values, here you can set the sessions, but you are not using the session here. And so now here, as you can see, we are going to create the flash data, but before doing this, you have to load the flash data here at the beginning or here. Let's suppose I'm saying the service and also the session. So we have successfully loaded the session. So here I'm saying session, and now I'm going to access the sessions here. So I'm saying session, and now I'm saying flash data. So in this time I'm saying keep flash data, or I have to use the set flash data. So I'm saying set flash data. It takes two parameters. First of all, the value, and second, first of all the key, and second is the value. Let's suppose I'm saying message, and here I'm saying the value. Now I am saying the email is already exist, so you have to concatenate the email also here. So this is the email, you have to concatenate, dot already exist, or you can say this email, and now concatenate your email with the message. I'm saying already exist, so you have to use the space, exist. Now you are setting the flash data here. It's available only for the one URL or for the one redirect. So now you have to redirect this to the particular URL. I'm saying redirect. I'm saying to here, I'm saying site URL, and I have to use the new user. So here, new user, you are redirecting to a particular URL. So here, as you can see, I'm saying return. Okay, now here, as you can see, since you are redirecting, so that means you have to check the values here. I'm saying here you have, because you are using the session here, I'm saying session. So here, this is the new, where is that? Sorry. This. So go to the new form where you are creating the form. Here you are creating the form. So you have to load the session. So I'm saying this is the session. Okay, fine. This is the sessions. So now I'm saying if the session get flash data, you can also check from here. So now I'm saying if the data is available, or I'm saying session get flash data, you have to specify with key. So what is the key? You have used the message key here. Where is the key? Flash. Where is the flash? So here, message. So now you have to use the key here, and now I'm storing this data in associative array. I'm saying message. Or so now you have to pass this in the second parameters, because I'm going to receive this data here. So now I'm saying if the variable is set and not empty. If the variable is set and not empty, then show the error and the if. I'm saying show the message or echo the message. Fine. So now I'm giving the same email address with the name, create the email. So it's saying 404 redirect new user. Sorry, I have to use the user because we are using the redirect to the user. So in this time here, user and new user. So go to the page, click on this one. So as you can see, it's saying this email is already exist with these fields. Okay, so in this way you can create the flash data. So now copy the URL and here define the error. So I'm saying we cannot send you the email right now. We have successfully created the account. We have we have successfully created the account, but we cannot send you the email right now. Okay, with the same error, similar to this one. Your link is expired. You can also use that your link is expired. So as you can see, it's giving you the error. Why? Because you have to load the session library also here. So why you are loading again and again. So we'll discuss about this one, but for now you have to load this one. So here you can say that you have your link is, we have successfully updated your, here you can say we have successfully activated your account, and now here you can define your link is expired or something like that. Your link is not available in the system, or any error. Your link is not available in the system. Please check your email address and try again. Whatever error you are specifying. So here you can say that email, the link is not found, or something went wrong. So in this way you can create so let's suppose if I click on this one, so as you can see we have successfully activated your data. Hold on, just click on this one. It's saying we have successfully updated your data. So here you are only updating a single value, but it's still finding the link. Which link? This link. So you have to update also this link. So how can you update the link? I'm saying copy this bad boy, and now I'm saying this is the U link with concatenate. Okay, now U link, fine, and now you are sending the data here. So once again, so as you can see now you have the link. When you click on this one, As you can see, we have successfully activated your account. Click on this one. So as you can see, you have embedded the okay now. When you click on this now, so as you can see, something went wrong. So in this way, you can set the values, you can get the values, you can set the data in the flash, you can redirect to any URL. So I hope you are enjoying this series. If you think we are doing good, feel free to share our courses and also the videos, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button. And now in the next lecture, we are going to create the sign-in form, so you can easily learn how can you create the sign-in systems, because we have successfully created the sign-up system. So this is the basic sign-up systems, and we are not considering each and everything here. You can also set this data in your custom URL, because you are using this syntax again and again. So now I'm going to create the sign-in system. So before doing this, you need a few methods. I'm saying sign in. Okay, you have two choices. Either you access by using the URL here, user sign in. Okay, fine. I'm using the same URL. So sign in. So what you need, just need to create the view. First of all, I'm saying view, and also I'm saying the email address. Okay, make sure this is the sign in, same as. And now I'm going to create the sign in form. So go to the view, create the sign in form. So this is the sign in form we have created. And now I'm going to copy the entire code from the sign up systems, and I'm going to paste here. So since we are here, we are checking the flash data. First of all, we need only few things, email and password. So I'm going to remove this bad boy, and here, and same things, we are sending this to the user. I'm saying check user or check user. So now, as you can see, you are checking the data here, and now you have to define the session. First of all, this is the session, because you are using the session here. So now what you need, I'm saying sign in. So sorry, let me check what is the URL for sign in. And also you have to, why it's happening, because you have to load the helper, which is the form, because you are using the form helpers in this form. So as you can see, it's now fine. When you click on this one, it's saying check users. So now what you need, just need to create another check user systems, and here you have to validate the emails similar to when someone creating the account. So here, similar to this one, so new user. So as you can see, you are validating the values. So copy this bad boy and paste this bad boy here. I'm not going to write each and everything because of the time. So here we are only accepting these two values, email and password. So if the email is password is not exist, it will redirect to this one. Otherwise, we are going to fetch some values. So how can you fetch the values? Here, as you can see, we have already some values. So as you can see, values, and we are going to check the values from the database. So let me copy these values, paste these values here. We have successfully creating the instance, and here request, why it's giving you this error, because we are not using this one first of all, and then fine, you have to use the request. Where is the request? Okay, here is the request. So as you can see, you are using the request services. So now this is the request services. So request services, same as you have to use the session, because we are going to use the sessions thing here. So this is the session. So load the request, load the sessions, because we are going to use these two things or these two libraries. So now it's email and password, and make sure you are converting the password to this one, so you can easily match with the database. So now I'm saying this, where I'm saying check the email. First of all, I'm saying you email, copy this, paste this here, check email to this one and find all the records. So I'm saying find all, and now I'm saying all users. Okay, check the values, because you definitely return the array. I'm saying count, if count greater than 0, that means you have successfully found the values in your database. Otherwise, I'm saying error here. If you found the data from the database, then what you need, just need to check the password, if the password is matched with your database password. So how can you match the password? I'm saying if the password, this password equals to this password which is coming from the database password, if the password is the same, then I'm saying user is valid. Otherwise, I have to say the user is invalid. The user is invalid. Okay, if the user is valid, then what happens? You have to create the session and redirect to the URL. First of all, how can you create the sessions? You know very well that you need the associative array to store the data in the sessions. So normally if you use the, I'm saying this is, okay fine, let's check this thing. Okay fine, I'm saying remove this one, and now I'm saying check the user. So it's saying email field is required, password is also required. Now I'm saying Shigzy171, password is KK, make sure. So it's not the create account, it's a sign in, make sure it's not the create, it's a login now. Fine, so go to login now. As you can see, login now. I'm first giving the wrong credentials, so this is the wrong credentials. Click on this one. So as you can see, it's saying the user is invalid. So it's saying the user is invalid. So now you have to set the values and redirect it to here. So how can you set the flash data? Just copy this bad boy and paste this bad boy here. The user is invalid, and redirect to the login form. So this is the sign in form. Sign in form. I'm saying the user is, please check the credentials. I'm saying please. Okay, the password is invalid. Here I'm saying the password is invalid. Please check your password. Okay, fine. If the data is not available, then definitely you have to say here, if the data is not available in the database, then definitely you have to say please check your credentials. The user is not available in the system. Available in the system. It's available. Okay, fine. Now go to, this email is not exist in the systems. So click on this one. So as you can, oh, why it's not, it's redirecting, because here you have to receive the values. Session, you have to check the flash data. Like I'm saying session get flash data, its message, If the data is available, then definitely you have to use the associative array, and I'm saying message and pass in the second parameter. Now once again click on this one. So as you can see, the user is not available in the systems. So your flash data is also working. And now if the user is available, let's suppose fine, password is KK, click on this one. It's saying user is valid. So if the user is valid, what you need, you just need to create the session data to create the sessions and redirect to the particular URL. I am saying this is the session data, and make sure this is the associative array. So I'm storing the data, the user informations here. So we normally store the UID, name, email. We never store the password, so that's why. And also update, and updated, I think updated, okay. And also the status. Here we are storing the database values. Make sure we are storing the database values. Wait for a few seconds. Now change the IDs. Okay, fine. What you need, you just need to call the sessions, and I'm saying set. Okay, so now you have to provide the session, the associative array here, and now you have to redirect. So before doing this, you have to check either you have successfully created the sessions. So I'm saying session get, you have to use the associative ID here. If you have created the data, then you have to redirect to site URL to the home controller. So as you can see, this is the home controller here, this is the home controller, and the index method is this. So now since you are redirecting here, and if you created the sessions, otherwise you have to redirect to the same URL with the some flash data or the error. You can also say you cannot sign in, you cannot sign in, please try again. Okay, fine. But here in your controller, you have to check the session. So before checking the sessions, either your user is available or not, you have to load the session first of all. So this is the session, and now you have to check the session, and now get the values and UID. If the UID is available for this particular user, check user, otherwise redirect to the login form. If the user is available, then you can say that welcome, use welcome, or you can say session. You can concatenate welcome get and also the uname, because otherwise you have to redirect here. I'm saying redirect here. Fine. So now go to the page. I'm going to use the accurate data KK password Shekzi, because this is the email, it's already exists with the same password. Login now. So now you can see it's saying check user, it's not redirecting. check user. Where is the session? Because you have to use the return here, because we are not returning the values. So return, as you can see, it's saying welcome Shexy. So you have successfully set the values in the sessions. So how can you destroy the sessions? So here you have to create another method, public sign out, and you have to load the session because you are going to destroy the session. Session sign out, session destroy. When you destroy the sessions, redirect to site URL and also to login. Let's suppose where you want to redirect. So access this one. Let's suppose user, and access this one. So it's fine, but you have to use the return, because in Codeigniter 4 you never return the redirect method, this method. So that's why return. Okay, it's saying 404 not found, because you have to load the URL helper URL. You have the user login. So it's not login, it's a sign in. Make sure it's a sign in system. So user, it's a sign out. We don't have the interface, so that's why we are facing this kind of issues. So if you remove this helper, let me check again. It's a Shexy. Make sure it's a Shexy. Password is KK. Login. Welcome in Shexy. Now if you use the user, it's a sign out. Make sure, sorry, I forgot this one. User sign out. It's working fine. You don't need to load the URL helper. Okay, so now you have created the sign out systems. You have created the login form. You have created you have validated to the user. You are saving or inserting your data or keeping your data in your session. So now, as you can see, you have successfully created the basic login and sign up system. So I hope guys you are enjoying our videos. If you think we are doing good, thumbs up. Feel free to share our courses and also the content with your friends on social networks. And please support us by clicking the subscribe button and pressing the bell icon. So thank you for watching.